CodeRed selected.
What's good, guys? It's your boy CodeRed, and I am back with another one. So listen, man, as we all know, the news is out. MK1 is done. There will no longer be any content pushing forward. There's no more DLC characters. There will be no more story expansion. It's done. It's very unfortunate. Unfortunate, obviously, for people who have been invested in this game, and this is their main game or one of the top games that they're playing. All we can do now, guys, is just hope for the best, pushing forward into the future. It's like that sometimes. But with that being said, I think that this now opens up doors to other projects. And one of the projects in particular that I am hoping for, and I've been on record stating that I thought that this was such a great franchise and they need to go back to it and revisit it, and that is the Injustice franchise. We wrapped up Injustice 2. Injustice 3 would be the next entry, if that is even what the game would be called. But I think that's something that they need to revisit, and I think that this is the perfect time to do it. It'll be something fresh and new from NetherRealm, and I think people would like it. So for me, I wanted to sit up here and make my own personal roster for the game. Again, guys, this is my roster. Your roster may differ, which is absolutely fine, but this is the roster that I came up with, what I think, what I would like to see the direction of the game go in. Just my ideas, guys. So let's waste no time. Let's get right into it. Let's go. So first and foremost, when you look at Injustice 2, I think had about 30 characters from like the base roster standpoint. So I don't see them decreasing that roster or adding too much to that, because it would be a huge roster if they did that. So I wanted to stay in that 30 character area when making this roster. Now, with that being said, I want to break down the sections into automatic includes. So these are characters that I feel are just going to make the roster. Good chance they're going to be in the roster, be on the main roster, just off of them being in previous entries to the game, or just their importance to the franchise in general, the story in general. So and then returning characters are more of characters that have been in either 1 or 2, and maybe we want them back, or we haven't seen them in a while, that type of thing. And then obviously new to the franchise, characters that I feel should be in the game or would be dope if they made an appearance in the game. And then I even got a section for the first season of DLC. All right, so let's get right to it, guys. First and foremost, these characters, I think it's a good chance that they're gonna make it, right? You got Wonder Woman, you got Harley Quinn, just off her popularity alone, right? And she's been in 1 and 2. Batman, of course, Aquaman, Joker always finds his way, right? Catwoman, Cyborg, Superman, Flash, Black Adam, and Bane. These characters have been in the game since the first one, and I don't see it changing. They have a lot of relevance in the game. A lot of them are super important to the story, and I just don't see it changing. I think these characters are pretty up there as far as making the base roster, right? So those are automatic includes. We got them. Let's move forward. All right. Returning. For me, when it comes to returning, okay, there are a few characters that I want to see return. First and foremost, let's go ahead and start with Nightwing. Now, I know previous things have happened with Nightwing, obviously, but this is a video game. And yeah, if they want him in the game, he'll be in the game. I think Nightwing would be perfect to return. Like when he was in Injustice 1, of course, he had, you know, the staff, and just like it was like stance changes or whatever. And I think that would be really dope, pushing forward for them to build on that. And it just also is Nightwing. Like Nightwing is just cool, right? His overall design, everything is just dope. I think he would be really good if they brought him back. I do. Lobo. Lobo, this is one of my friend's favorite comic book characters, and also just characters in the game. We played Injustice 1. He loved Lobo. And I think Lobo added a layer to this game that was missed in Injustice 2, and I think him returning would be really cool. Almost kind of like the like the Deadpool of the game in a way. Like, I think he would just add something extra to the game that is just fun. So definitely Lobo. Some of y'all gonna be mad about this, but I think Batgirl should return. Batgirl was a headache in Injustice 1, especially on the tournament level. The character was just so good. And like, in a lot of ways, minus like characters like Superman and Black Adam with his high damage in Injustice 1, she was just so far ahead of so many other characters in Injustice 1. Injustice 1, it was crazy. Ridiculous, 50-50s, just everything she can do, right? She has so many tools. And of course, you had players like Sonic Fox that just made this character insane. But I enjoyed the character. I enjoyed her kit. I enjoyed a lot of this character, and I would love to have her back. I think she would be dope, and she definitely needs to return. Martian Manhunter. He was DLC in Injustice 1, and I feel like of these characters in the automatic includes, I feel like he was one of those characters that should fit in this area. Obviously he's part of Justice League, very popular character in just comic books, and I think that him returning would be good. I think that people would be excited about it, and I would love to see it. I would love to see that. I want Martian Manhunter back. Now, Deathstroke. I like Deathstroke more than I like Deathshot in Injustice 2. Deathstroke, to me, he had all of the tools. He had so many different things that he do. Of course, he had the zoning element to him, but he did also had like this up close presence, and he also had the ability to like play this like get off me type of style. He was just overall cool in the game, and I would love to have him back and kind of like replacing Deadshot. Like, Deadshot just didn't do it for me in Justice 2, and even like in the very beginning, like, he was ridiculous. Deadshot was so broken in the game with his zoning. I don't want to see that character again. I definitely would not seeing Deathstroke, and I think he would be perfect if he was one of the characters to actually return. Raven is one of those characters that I enjoyed a lot. Played her a lot. I mean, a lot of her in Injustice 1, and I really wanted her back in Injustice 2. She obviously was like a true space control zoning like character in the game. Some of her stuff was slow, right? But that wasn't what she was for. She was about controlling space. And just her visuals in Injustice 1 was really cool. And I would love to see her visual, like what she would look like in Injustice 3 with upgraded graphics. And I just thought she was so clean. I really do think she was so clean. And I think I wouldn't mind like having this character back. I think Raven would be a good addition. Just a returning presence from Injustice 1, I think is dope. Grodd. With Grodd, just simply off of his popularity, and I think that he was one of those characters that were when Injustice 2 came out and Grodd was featured, I think that people were kind of not necessarily shocked, but like intrigued on how this was going to work, how he was going to look in game, what his moves was going to be like, and it worked. Grodd was dope. And I would love to, I just want to have him back. I think he's good. I think he would be perfect. And I wouldn't mind having him back. Honestly, I would not mind having him back. I think he would be good for the game. Zatanna. And we'll kind of explore that a little bit more why I want Zatanna back. But I think that she was DLC in Injustice 1. And early on, she was actually one of those characters, not necessarily difficult to play, but she had a lot of tools, and she was one of those characters that you had to know how to properly utilize her stuff. Once people started to slowly get the hang of Zatanna. And once people started to get her, I feel like the game was kind of already declining, or like the popularity was starting to fade. So I feel like she started to shine later, much later. Once people started to get her, I mean, people was pulling off some insane stuff with her, like setups. She would have the ability, she could float, and it became a guessing game on, you know, how she would land and all that stuff. She was just so cool, and visually she looked amazing in Injustice 1. Her moves, her toolkits was crazy. I wouldn't mind seeing this in Injustice 3, PC, on current consoles. Her stuff would look so crazy, so crazy. So these are the characters that I think would be good to return. Okay, when you look at this new to the franchise, and I think this is one of the more fun parts of it, because we can kind of experiment and have a little fun with this thing. But I think when it comes to new to the franchise, they're gonna add a significant amount of characters, obviously, but I think that it's not gonna be as high, right? But there's gonna be a significant amount. One of the characters that I want to see, and I think people have been wanting forever, is Beast Boy. Now, what's interesting about Beast Boy is that throughout 1 and 2, like Injustice 1 and Injustice 2, you have had appearances by Teen Titan characters. I feel like Beast Boy is one of those characters that we have been waiting for from Teen Titans to make an appearance that just has not yet. And every time we think we're going to get him, we don't get him, right? Injustice 1, we thought we were going to get him. Injustice 2, we definitely thought he was coming, and he never showed up. I'm just more so interested on the lines of like the things that he can do, right? He can transform into, you know, various animals and stuff like that. That in itself is something that we got to see. It's just something we gotta see, and I think we have been patiently waiting, and I think it is time. Put Beast Boy in the game. Stop playing with us. SuperBoy. Honestly, the only reason why I think SuperBoy would be cool is because we've already had Supergirl, and you know, of course, like the swap, the costume swap with Power Girl and all that stuff. I think throw them in the game. And I also always liked how like Superboy looked, appearance wise. It just looks cool to me, and I think it would be dope also to just have like that, you know, Superman, Superboy, you know, that whole thing going. I think it would be cool, and I think it'd be dope in the franchise. Put him in the franchise. Put him in there. Penguin. Now, this honestly, okay, when it comes to Penguin, it's out of Penguin or Two-Face, right? It's out of them. I don't think you need to put both in there. I think one of them would be great. I love Two-Face. I think that from an appearance wise, he would be dope. But I think from a character, a gameplay wise, I think Penguin would be better. I think they can do a lot more with him, and that's why I'm going with Penguin. I think they can do a lot more with him. Different weapons, you know, kind of like shady stuff that he could do. You know, of course he has his umbrella. Like all of these things would make this character so good. And honestly, it's so funny looking at Penguin. Penguin is the type of character to be like a top tier character in a fight game. Like with the stuff you could do for him, they could break this character. And so I think Penguin would be a good choice. And then plus two, I want to say I remember there was like a thing where Penguin and it was another character where there was already, I think it was Constantine, where they were already like art form, right? Yeah. So I think that there was the plan there and it just never happened. Penguin needs to be new to this franchise. I'm telling y'all right now, okay? I'm telling you right now. Captain Boomerang. I think I would like that. I just think I would like that. We've already had crap. Captain Boomerang would be good. That'll make me lose my train of thought. I think he would be good. We've already had like Enchantress in there. We've had various characters that associate with Suicide Squad. Obviously, you know, Harley Quinn, whatever the case may be. but I think Captain Boomerang would be dope. He's another one that I wouldn't mind seeing, like what they would do with his toolkit, like seeing how they would make him work in a game like this. I think it would be fun, and I think it'd be interesting. I think he would be tight. Static, gotta be in there. He's got to be in there. Fan favorite. Want to say I believe he's featured in like the mobile. Yeah, he's in the mobile version. Put him in the game. Put him in the game. Put him in the game. Like, that's it. Nothing else to be said. Huntress. Huntress would be another one that I think would be a good addition to the franchise. Just a character that has a lot of different things that they could do with. I think she's an open-ended character to where they can do a lot with her. So yeah, I definitely would like that. Look like that a lot. Constantine again, I think I spoke about this with the Penguin. He was already like, there's art for him already, and I think that this would be good just because there are I think a direction that this game could go in that would be cool, and I'm going to talk about it now, but I think Constantine would be a dope character along with my girl Zatanna. And yeah, I think that he would work. I think that he would fit in his game, and I think that people want him in the game. When Injustice 2 came out and there were kind of like speculation that he was supposed to be in the game, people kind of went crazy about it. And I was one of those people. I was like, hey, that would be cool or whatever. So yeah, I think that would be good. Now here's the thing, Trigon. The reason I have Zatanna, got Raven, got Constantine, is because of this guy right here. I think that Trigon can be the main antagonist of this game. I think that if they go with Injustice 3 and they make the game, he would be a perfect antagonist for the game. I think that it would work, and I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be really dope. And have him be the focus. Have him be the focus, and I think it will work. I think it will work. All right. So, with all that being said, let's start looking at possibilities for Season 1 DLC. Now, I want to say like in Injustice 1, like the DLC was, the way that they do the DLC in Injustice versus MK is kind of weird. We'll just go with the idea that they do 4 characters for season, for their combat pack or their packages or whatever, their season DLC. With that, I wouldn't mind seeing Booster Gold. Booster Gold. Let me tell you, when I played Injustice 1, I had a buddy who was so into Booster Gold, and he was like praying for Booster Gold to make this game. And I think that it would be a dope addition. Kind of like getting that you know, the technology and all of the, you know, the kind of arrogance, and I think it would be fun. I think he would be a fun character, and I think he'd be a character that people kind of like are thrown off by, like kind of like not expecting. I think Booster Gold would be one of those characters, and I think just seeing what they can do again with his toolkit and his different things that he has, like what they can do with him, I think would be cool. All right. Tick. I think that would be dope. All the time, like when you look at, especially like NetherRealm games, they go for characters that have some type of association or can fit in or tie into that game that they're doing, but then they will, like, it'll be a character that is still like, oh man, I wasn't expecting it. I think the Tick, I think he's perfect. He's perfect. I think he's perfect. And I would like to just see that in the game. I would like to just see what could be, you know what I mean? Like what they could do. What you know what I mean? So I think so. I think that would work. I think the Tick would work. Batwoman. I know you guys might be like, okay, there's a lot of, you know, Batman affiliated characters, but I mean, there's just a lot to choose from, and I think that this would be good. It'll be cool. I think it'll just be cool. Just to see what they can do with her, and how they can make her different from Batman. I think it'll be dope to have that woman in there. I think so. I think I would like that. The Crow. I think it would be perfect. They might have to tone it down, obviously, with the type of character that he is. Some people may say he's more fitting maybe in like a Mortal Kombat game. But I think they can do that. They can tone him down and still make him cool. The only problem that I see is that obviously he's completely different. He's not the Joker, but appearance wise, there's some appearance conflicts, right? But outside of that, they are different. But I think I would like to see the Crow. I would like to see the Crow in the game. I think he would be good. He'll be a fun DLC. If not in season 1, somewhere down the line, right? And Rorschach. I said 4, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw 5. This is another character I think that people wanted in Injustice 2, and they were hoping for it, and they was like, oh, it's gotta happen. And it never happened, but it was like one of those just whispers, like, right? We had one of those kind of like unspoken things that people were kind of like wanting. And I think that, again, this is a character that I think would be fitting, and I think that they can pull it off in this universe. I think they can pull it off. I think it would be great. So this is my list, guys. Let me look and let me see. I think this is good. So what you guys think, man? How are y'all feeling about MK1? With the recent news, is it disappointing to you guys? I know it is to some of you guys, and it's understandable. And how you feeling about this little roster I put together? Do you guys see anybody that you think shouldn't be on there that should be added? What do you guys think? Let me know how you feel about this roster. And what would you include yourself? Like, who would you like to see in here? Let me know, guys. Get in that comment section. And do you even guys how do you feel about Injustice 3 in general? Do you want that, or do you want a different game to be introduced from NetherRealm? Let me know. Get in that comment section, guys. As always, take care of yourselves and take care of each other, all right? CodeRed, and I am out.
CodeRed.